Hello again. So, where were we? So, we are in the cave, new region. The sun is just about to come up, but it's not coming up. So, we've run out of fuel. It's -7 in here. And so, we've got a bit of a dilemma. Do we go out and try and find some fuel? And hope that we find enough fuel to start another fire, or because it feels like -7, or do we accept we're going to get cold? This is what I'm thinking. We put this back down because this will give us +4. It's not great. We're going to get oh shit! I'm not cold enough. I'm not tired enough. All right. So it feels like -4. We are getting colder. It's getting even colder. But the sun is coming up.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
Ah, shit. So it's actually got colder in here. Alright, so now we're at emergency. So. Oh, it's extremely cold. Feels like -32 degrees C. Wonderful. Okay. Best thing we can do then is find some kind of fuel and get back over to where we are, I think. This is... No, we can't get over that one. This is the tough beginning before we've got any kind of resources.
Never felt so cold in my life.
This is when the game is leash friendly. That's not a stick. So... in theory, we should be able to find enough sticks around here to get some kind of fire going. Branches, 8 branches. But yeah, and I need to remember to charcoal this area too, because I always forget. Let's just do this quickly. Don't think it takes long. Because I want to make sure. Actually, this is new. Interesting. Oh wow, so we're way off in the west. Oh, they've actually connected everything now. Oh, very cool. Now it starts to make sense. Very cool indeed. They've never put that together before. They kind of put that together in a sort of like a concept map. But they've never integrated it into the game. They've never kind of made the regions stick together and really make sense. So I'm liking that a lot. Really just about fuel at the moment. We didn't find these before, did we? There's quite a bit of meat on there. 10 minutes, I'll take it. We just have to accept we might get hypothermia, and it might be in an hour or two.
I could use this.
This might be just a bad... Oh shit. Bow. In reasonable condition. That's unexpected. That's very cool. Outstanding, right. But back to the priority. We need to find some kind of fuel. I don't think we've really collected very much at all yet. So we're going to need to get at least 10, I would say. Just doing the best we can. I'm thinking once we get past this sort of survival stage and relearning Stalker and exploring this area, I will go back and play another Interloper game in this updated region with all the new playability. Another cairn. Still no idea what that is about. Maybe it's just a cute feature to kind of help with immersion. Yeah. Cool. So should be enough, I reckon. Let's make our way back over. Let's let's get a fire started. Let's get rid of this hypothermia and then we'll explore a little bit further. Food and drink are basically okay, we don't need to worry about those. It's really just the basics at the moment. Staying warm, avoiding the wolves. Let's get this going before we do anything else at all. Yeah. Back in it again. Let me also know in the comments what other kind of games within space survival and strategy are on your sort of radar at the moment. I did talk about Northgard. I'll show you what Northgard is like. It's early access, but it's quite enjoyable. The only downside for me, and this is purely personal preference, is that it's not turn-based.
Worked.
But that... There we go, that's all that added. But that really is just my personal preference. I just happen to be looking for something quite relaxing, and that usually involves turn-based for me. I went back and played a lot of XCOM 2 until I got pissed off with it. Basically, it just annoys the shit out of me. So with XCOM 2, I mean, I like the game, but there's too much randomness in it. It's not skill based. I know, because the game, if you haven't played it, the game is extremely harsh. I had no problem with the game being difficult at all. Actually, I prefer difficult games. Okay, so that's where we are. I might go out. I was going to say I can go left, but I can't because there's no way to get down. Yeah, so I've been playing XCOM 2, but there's too much randomness in it. It's not enough about skill. So, you know, you can be doing great and you think everything is fine, and then the game will just throw you a curveball and it will basically screw you over. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's not anything to do with skill whatsoever. And that's what I don't like. So I have uninstalled that again. I've had enough of it. I kept on going back to it. I tried it maybe 2-3 times. Maybe even more. But yeah, there's a fundamental flaw in the game, in my opinion. I'll take another torch. They're kind of useful to have on hand. It's a good way to kind of get this fire burnt down to nothing, because I'm going to try and take some more charcoal from it. So let's just see how we're doing basic stat wise. So 79%, we're doing okay. We are winded, but otherwise fine. Our clothes are shite. I should actually... We haven't got any bandages, so let's break this t-shirt down that we found. Let's harvest that. That gives us... I do believe that gives us bandages straight away. Unless it... Oh no, it doesn't. Okay, so change that. Oh yeah, okay, sorry, my mistake. Gives you cloth. And then you break cloth down to give you bandages. So we're getting colder again. Let's take that charcoal. Okay, done. And we are out of here. How bad is it? Let's have a look. -9, not too bad at all. So we are fed, watered, we've escaped the hypothermia risk. We made it through our first night. That's the biggest deal. We have one flare and we have this guy. So we have means of very basic self-defense with a single arrow only, but it's better than nothing, so I will take it. Let's do this charcoal again. I'm going to try and remember this, because it would be good to get an idea of this map properly. Eek, We could go that way, but I think that's back where we came. So I don't really want to head that way. I'm more curious about keeping on going in the direction we were heading, which is that way. Basically, we're going, let me think, we're going here. Let's bring up the map. Where is the map? We've changed everything. This is where the cairns are. So you discover the cairns. Doesn't really seem to be any reward or anything for that. Basic stats. Skills. So nothing's really changed there. And here we go with the maps. So we're way up north. So I was thinking about going basically this way. Going east. And we'll kind of circle the map and make our way around the top section of it. So, good to know. That bit was, you could survive there, but it's not great. It's not really a place that we can call home. I'm looking for a permanent structure. But if this is anything like full-on Musket, there won't be one. Permanent structure or an indoor cave, that would also do. Don't see any cattails around there. Could we walk up there? No. Okay. But we have bandages, we have antiseptic. We've got the most basic survival stuff. Yeah. So like I said, we'll go back and we'll do an Interloper series soon enough. It would be nice to kind of break it up with something else. I do have a little bit of money in PayPal to buy another game. Like I said, I'll show you Northgard, but I don't think I'll do a whole series on it. It would be nice to have another game, again, space survival or strategy, that we can do as a series. I would love to do some kind of turn-based game. I see deer carcass up ahead. Let's go check that out. It'd be ideal if we could find another arrow. And this is good. We need some painkillers. So let's get these rose hips in. I think 3 bushes is exactly what you need.
Can't feel my feet.
To cook up 1 cup of rosehip tea. So that is perfect. And we've almost got enough for a second. Let's have a look. So I'll take the single kilo, 10 minutes, it's fine. We're just about to get hypothermia risk. So, time to start looking for our next structure.
Goddamn freezing.
I'll click those without really knowing what the point is. There's a chance for some more meat. Some kind of building over there, so let's collect this meat and then we'll head over. I'll do guts later. First we really need to make sure we're going to survive before we get into crafting. And of course there is a chance for a rifle, as we're not playing Interloper. But I mean, I personally found that they have made both Stalker and Interloper quite a lot harder than they used to be. I'm going to use height to take a look at this first. Oh, this is a massive structure. Okay. Doesn't look like there's any closed off buildings, but let's get inside. Given the long dark's tendency, there's probably wolves or bears or other nasties that do come into this place. So let's get inside. Let's just warm up first and then we can explore. See what's going on. Temperature is -11. Okay. Ooh. Interesting. So we can't close that door. Right. So this is an open structure. Temperature inside -6. And in here, oops, in here still -6. So even if we did sleep there, we'd still be at risk of hypothermia. Can I start a fire in here? I can. Okay. Let's do that then. Just gonna... Oh. Rifle ammo. Interesting. Just gonna double check there's no enclosed bit of this that is warmer. I'm guessing not, because otherwise there wouldn't be a bed where we were. Let's have a look. Does that open? Yes, it does. Ah ha ha. Are we going to be warm enough? -4 in here. Okay. Interesting. Wow. I'm liking this. Yeah, this is cool. This is cool. So this is obviously meant to be home. Let's just warm up. So we're at -4. Can start fire here, okay. So we can warm up a tiny bit. Let's just save the game and get rid of that hypothermia risk. Let's just take the edge off. Okay, good. Healed hypothermia risk, just barely. We're down at 66%. But we really do need to warm up. Climbing socks, let's clothe up. Let's have a look. How does that help? It gets us no help at all, so we're still at -4. Can't open that yet. So I'm going to look for clothes first. You see, that was smart. Get a jacket on. Which means it now feels like -3. So then I'll take a books. We're going to need to start a fire soon.
Wait.
What's that? Okay.
So cold, I'm warming up again.
Herbal tea. Yeah, I thought that was a fire striker, but no. So we're just about still at risk of hypothermia, but I'm just going to look for some clothing first. I'm not going to search every little thing. I'm looking for the places that are going to have some kind of clothing. Oh, is that a body? Yes, it is. Interesting. What's that? Ooh. Okay. So, still at -3. Hypothermia risk is at 8%, so not too bad. Let's see what else we can find. This is really where I should start a torch. That's good as well. I'm getting to the point where I'm probably going to want to start a fire soon. Pry bar, fantastic. So we can go back to those lockers there. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and start this. Just really helps with visibility. I want to make sure we don't miss anything. And does it make us warmer? Ah, that gets us to 0. Doesn't help with hypothermia risk though. We're just not quite getting over the threshold. We need another piece of clothing. Somewhere, somehow. Free wood. Very good. Aha. How big is this? 2 liters. That's very good. Okay, so this is obviously the... ooh, this is brand new. I've never seen this before. Interesting. Okay. Cloth. Okay. No. So I'm just loving the fact that this is all brand new. This is when the game is best for me. it's like you've got all of the great features of the Long Dark, but you get to experience it fresh again. Arrowhead, okay, cool. And this region as well, this place, this will be where we get our crafting in. Just check that hypothermia is 22%, so we're getting to the point where we're going to have to go and get a fire, or we're going to get ourselves in trouble. Just want to make sure that we can't cheat our way through by finding some kind of clothing. So this is really just a basic search. Must be something in here, come on. Give me a break. Must be something. That's what I'm talking about, right? So, is that better? Slightly warmer. Does it get us? No, still fuck. Alright. I give up. We're gonna have to go and getting heavy now. We're gonna have to go and
If I can drop any of this gear.
start that fire. Ah, we are warming up. You see that little thing down the bottom there? Fantastic, right, so those boots could just push us over the edge. The condition of these in 96%, right, so we don't need the leather from these trainers, so I'll drop the trainers. And look at that, 1 degree. 1 massive degree. Let's do that old trick, right, we need to do it quick. So drop this, get the next one, equip, and light it on the next torch. Always daisy chain a torch if you can. Great stuff. Got a guide. Take the water from the toilet. Everybody loves water from toilets. Dead plant. Okay. Painkillers, great. Things are looking much better. And a windbreaker. We'll sort our clothing out once we've actually searched all these lockers. Got a ton of ammo, so we've got 15 rifles now. 15 shots. Okay, so we're now wearing 2 tops. Puts us, yeah, we're still at 1 degree, but we can repair some stuff, so. Come back to that. I'll come back to that. At the moment, it's just about doing this basic search. I'll come back and I'll kind of clean up and break stuff down and do that kind of chore type stuff when I'm not recording with you guys. Okay. Let's check these final 2 lockers, and then I'm going to start a fire. I'm going to get in bed, cook up some food. Long johns. Let's get those on as well. I think we should be getting, yeah, we're at 2 degrees now. Hypothermia risk is down to 15%, good, which is very good because we're at 49%. But we're in the game now. More brand new combat boots. What are the chances of finding 2? Drop. Equip. Start the next one. This is about saving matches. So you get these torches for free now, which is obviously different. So always daisy chain them. Trail boots are not as good. I'm going to drop those. And then we have these combat boots that are brand new as opposed to slightly less new. So here we are. We have everything covered to a basic level. That's good enough for me right now. Let's start that fire. Huh, interesting. Let's get this fire started. let's cook up the meat that we've got. So we use our torch, papers, and book gives us 80% chance. We're not going to use any fuel unless we have to. Get this fire started, we're going to cook our meat. We're going to sleep, save the game, and then we can carry on tomorrow. But this is obviously our base. I will also, when I'm not recording, I guess I'll go out. No, actually, I'll wait. I was thinking I'd do charcoal thing to kind of locate where we are. But I'll see if we can. I'll see if I remember that when I'm recording. Right, let's get some. Always chuck fur firewood on because that's very heavy. Always chuck sticks on. Let's put this torch out. Save that for later. Alright, so now we're warm. Let's cook up our meat. We're gonna get ourselves fed and watered. We're gonna sleep just as the sun goes down. This is an ideal end to the day, really. We've got more than enough water, so drank. All of the food we found is in pretty good condition too, which is fantastic. So let's get those calories inside us. That should be enough. Let's. Oh yeah, I was gonna do the let's have a look. I was gonna do. Where are we? Rose hips. But I forgot that now we need to prepare rose hips before we can actually cook them up. It's not necessary so much to do this, but I'm just kind of reminding myself of the process. Not quite sure why they made it more complicated, but that's their prerogative. I'm gonna I guess we'll do more water. We may as well use the fire while we have it burning. So this is all just good practice. If you have a fire already going with fuel on it, you use it.
Not sure why I feel so tired.
Cook up water, and then you drop it in your base. Just as the storm comes in outside. And then again, just about efficiency, take torches because as you've seen, this can really help with
Too much stuff to carry.
saving matches. But again, when I'm not recording, I will organise all this stuff and kind of get everything in order so that when we start the next episode, we are good to go. I'll do this with you just in case we do die due to hypothermia. So I'm going to eat the meat. This may be a waste of calories, you could say, but I'm okay with that. And indoors, as this fire goes out, it's going to get colder, but I'm going to assume it's not going to get too cold because we're inside. And wow, this is brand new. This is what they were, this flashing. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, I've got to go look outside. I've got to go see. Where's our flashlight? Let's try this guy. Oh, wow. This is so cool. I've just got to go see if the aurora is there outside. Let's have a look. Because that flashing, I think, is that supposed to go with the aurora? No. Not seeing any kind of aurora. So, was that it? Very, very cool effect though. This torch is obviously, there's not much battery in it, so that's coming at a premium. But this is just fantastic. That really is. I love the way they've done that. They've not just done it, but they've done it very, very well. So I am very impressed. Right, let's get our sleeping. Let's go for the full 10 hours. Let's see if we do right and it gets our condition up to something decent. Okay. Yes, perfect. 100% condition. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you
I could use a break.
for watching. I think we played that reasonably well. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now.